Hanaki, did you know that our souls are connected by fate? What do you know? I'm Yuno Hanaki, the one and only Oiran from Luna. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the cereal tier listing stream. So many. Yeah, I found a list of a bunch of cereal because I was a bit too lazy to make my own list. That's usually the case for tier list streams. I'm usually a bit too lazy to make my own list. Ha ha ha. So we're gonna be ranking cereal today. So a couple weeks ago, I didn't know what to do for my Thursday slot for a stream. And I was like on Twitter asking if people could give ideas for a stream, preferably something like Zatsu adjacent. And eventually someone was like, you should do a tier list. And I was like, of what? And then they were like, cereal. And I was like, okay, sure. That's what I get for asking, you know? So I was like, okay, we will do cereal. Did I turn on my BGM? I didn't. Oops, let me do that. You guys need music. There we go. As a Nordic European, I've never seen this many cereal brands in my whole life. Yeah, specifically, I think this list is like American cereal. So there's like a lot of flavors here. I don't think I've even eaten everything on this list, but we're gonna talk about the ones I have consumed, and then I guess we're gonna make like a vague estimate based on what the cereal is called, if I would maybe like it, or if it's from a brand that I know and I just haven't tried that particular flavor, I will try to go based off what I know of the brand. The tiers are also pretty straightforward. Let me adjust the zoom actually on this. One sec. You don't need to see me finagling with this, but I'm gonna adjust the zoom so you can see a little better. And you can also, and we can also see the images better. Or a row that says not eaten. Yeah, I'll probably put that near the bottom. I'll do that while I'm here, actually. Okay, this looks good. You should be able to see this better. Yeah, this feels better. Okay, so our tiers are super cereal, as in top tier, very good, yummy, delicious, the yum yum sauce. Awesome cereal, where it's a good cereal, but it is not super. Basic cereal, where it's probably like a staple cereal that's like good enough that you would keep it in your cupboard should you need to eat an emergency cereal, but it's not like a I love this cereal, I will consume it the minute I buy it cereal. Cereal with a period, which is just like, it's cereal. Neither here nor there, but it sure is cereal. Disgusting cereal, which is obviously not good cereal. Probably did not like it when I tried it, type beat. And then not eaten cereal, which means it's a cereal I've never consumed, so I can't really offer a proper opinion, nor do I have a guess of what it would taste like. I see what you did there with the naming. I'm sure you do. Okay, let me open chat on my other monitor so that I can actually see you guys while I'm yapping. Okay. But yeah, there's like over 100 cereals on this list, so we might be here a while. Initially, I was thinking we would do other tier lists within this stream because I wasn't sure how long I could really yap about cereal, but I know myself, and the last time I did a tier list stream, I was doing it literally for hours. When I thought that it was gonna be like way shorter. So I know myself, we're gonna stick with the one list. Also, I'm kind of tired. I need to take a nap, so we'll do that. By that royal we, I will take a nap after I'm done with this. It is what it is. Okay. Without further ado, let's start it. We'll just go in order with like how the pictures are listed, because whatever. That part of it doesn't really matter. 4-hour stream of Otome cereal. No, this would be a different list if it was like cereals I would date. But that would be a whole thing. Anyway. We're starting off with a weird one. Strawberry honeycomb. Now, I don't think I've ever eaten a honeycomb cereal. I don't think I've ever consumed a honeycomb cereal before, much less a strawberry one. However, I feel like the combination of strawberry and honey probably wouldn't be that bad as like a flavor. But I don't really know like what the texture of a honeycomb cereal is. I'm guessing it's like honey based. It sounds like it's probably going to be like a corn cereal. So like a sweet corn, but then it's also flavored like strawberry. The thing that would really determine where it would go had I eaten it would be if it tastes like fake strawberry, like Pop-Tart strawberry, or if it tastes more like real strawberry. But since I've never really eaten honeycomb, I don't have a good basis to guess what the flavored one would be like, so we are going to have to put it in not eaten. A lot of these are going to be in not eaten for the beginning part. Probably until we get to like here, but we'll worry about that when we get to it. Straw baby, yes, the straw baby. What the hell does this say? Well, I can tell you that these look like they are... Well, this looks like a fruit one. I think this is a werewolf. Oh, is this from like the Count Chocula brand? Yeah, because I see Count Chocula and Blueberry over here. So I think these are other monsters from the Count Chocula brand of like monster adjacent cereals. I have had a Count Chocula in my life. I don't know what the hell this one is. This looks like it's werewolf themed, but I can't tell what the actual flavor is. So I'm going to put it in not eaten because I can't even determine what the flavor is. The text is really small. I thought zooming in would help. For this one, it did not because they decided to put the Wolfman really big on the box. They have cereal cinematic universes. Never underestimate what America does to advertise sugary food products to children. Just don't. This looks like it says fruity, yummy mummy, or maybe frosty. I think it's fruity though. And by nature of it being a fruit cereal, it would probably go in disgusting. That's a preview of the kind of thing, the kind of hot take I will have about cereal. But once again, not eaten. Capitalism, ho! I can't read this either. Jesus, they're so small. Such tiny boxes. Oh, it's Fiber 1, actually. Never mind, I can read it now. Amazing what putting it on a black background does for my eyes. Fiber 1... I don't know, man. It's cereal. I don't actually hate it. It's the inner grandma in me, but I actually don't mind those more like fiber-focused cereals or like the bran cereals. I will have a hot take with certain kinds of bran cereals, but for right now, it's cereal. We have our first one on the list. Wow. Alpha Bits. Looks like it might be a another like grain cereal. I don't think I've tried this before though. It's like alphabet. I'm guessing it's like alphabet cereal, but plain. I don't think it's disgusting, but again, I don't have a judgment. Bran Flakes. I looked up the werewolf cereal. It's called Fruit Brute, and it's from the same universe Count Chocula is from. Okay, that's what I thought. That's why I said what I did. I'm guessing these are both from the Count Chocula universe, but also since it's a fruit cereal, it's gonna stay here. Bran Flakes. I'm tied between cereal and basic cereal. I'm gonna say cereal, period. You can never go wrong with like a little bit of Bran Flakes if you have like truly nothing else to consume. But like it says on the box, you should probably eat your Bran Flakes with some sort of fruit. I am more of a banana in my cereal liker than a strawberry in my cereal liker. But a little bit of banana on top of some Bran Flakes with just a little bit of milk. You don't want to over milk your cereal, but just a little bit of milk. Pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. So I will put Bran Flakes in cereal, period. Trix. We have it. Our first disgusting. I don't like Trix. I feel like Trix are a worse version of like Fruity Pebbles, which is already like bad because it's not even like I'm defending Fruity Pebbles. We will get to Fruity Pebbles eventually, I'm sure, but like Trix is just a worse version of Fruity Pebbles. It's like puffy and like very faint sugar fruit air. It doesn't even like have a flavor. It's just flavored, vaguely fruit flavored air, maybe, but artificial fruit, not even like good fruit. Therefore it sucks. Like maybe if it had a little bit more of a boldness to it, it would be good, but it sucks. That's because you're not a kid? No. It's because when I did try it as a child, it just was kind of disappointing. It seemed so much more hyped up in the commercials, and then I finally tried it, and I was like, Mama, this sucks. And she was like, good, I don't have to buy it again. Fake fruit flavor too? That's what I'm saying. Of like all the options of fake fruit flavors, I feel like Trix is one of the worst. Okay, Honey Kicks. I think I have tried Kicks before. And they are just like a cereal. So Kicks themselves would probably be cereal period tier. Honey Kicks, I think deserves to be basic cereal. It's pretty alright. I like those kind of like corn or like rice cereals that are like kind of plain or like just very slightly sweet. And I feel like a lot of honey cereal is just on the slightly sweet scale. It doesn't go too crazy, and I like that. So I feel like Honey Kicks is like just the very slight sweet version of Kicks, and therefore it is good. So it goes there. Apple Cinnamon Cheerios. I'm going to say cereal. It is cereal. I'm actually quite a big Cheerios stan. You can tell in my thumbnail if you looked at it that I had the Frosted Cheerios in my arms as like my cereal of choice. I am a Frosted Cheerios lover, Frosted Cheerios defender, Frosted Cheerios stan. I like them a lot. I do like the flavored Cheerios in general. Apple Cinnamon, I had like a phase with Apple Cinnamon cereals when I was a kid, but I don't really have that phase much anymore. That said, Frosted Honey Bunches of Oats, definitely awesome cereal. Honey Bunches of Oats is delicious. You put a little bit of that like artificial sugary frosting on top to give it a little bit more of a sweetness. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got me. You got me. You get it. Honey Nut Cheerios is my favorite. That is a very base choice. However, also a very basic choice. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that you are based and you are basic. And I shake your hand because I am also based and basic. We've got a whole row of Chex coming up. And boy, do I love Chex. It doesn't look like they have just frosted Chex though, which is unfortunate for me. Honey Nut Chex deserves to be in basic cereal. Rice Chex deserves to be in cereal period. Blueberry Chex, disgusting. And also I can't have it because I might be allergic to blueberry. Vanilla Chex, I'd put that in awesome cereal. Corn Chex, basic cereal. I do love corn Chex. Wheat Chex, I don't think I've had this. But based on my knowledge of general Chex, probably cereal, period. Chocolate Chex, we have it, our first super cereal. Girly, I love chocolate Chex. Chocolate Chex used to be one of my go-tos. Yum, yum, yum town. Very yummy. I mix rice Chex and corn Chex to make Hobo Crispix. You're literally a genius. I used to love Crispix. You're so real for that. You're so real. My favorite is yet to come up. Your opinion on it will affect my future support of the channel. Okay. That don't matter to me. My opinion is final. Peanut butter Chex is probably really delicious. I'm going to go based off of my understanding of the rest of the Chex flavors, and I will say it is probably an awesome cereal. Cinnamon Chex is probably a basic cereal. And I believe that is most of the Chexes. We have so much freaking cereal to go through, though, gamers. We've got a while yet. But I'm going through this a bit faster than I thought, so maybe we will have time to do another tier list. We'll see. We might get hung up on some of these, though. We'll find out. Anyway, Wheaties. Wheaties are pretty alright. I would say I'm torn between basic cereal and cereal. I do think I would eat Wheaties sooner than I would eat Bran Flakes. I don't think I'd put them on the same level. So I guess that means Wheaties are in basic cereal. Streamer, we need the same taste or we can't be friends. It's okay. I understand. I also do support my Oshis more or less if I find out their taste in food. Total cereal? I don't think I've eaten it before. Banana Nut Cheerios. I would say basic cereal. I like banana cereal, so I feel like that sounds pretty yum. But I've never really had it. Total is awful? Okay, good to know. I'll never try it. I have the canceled docky ready and written. No! You have it ready, you just have a blank spot for whatever's the worst cereal I put in S tier is. I get you. My dad forced me to eat Total as a kid. I see you. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had it. Oni Mama had her own taste in cereal. Assuming it is on this list, which it probably will be, I will talk about it. But actually, I don't see it on here, which is funny. Damn. All right, well. Frick me, then. We'll talk about it later, maybe. This is not a very definitive tier list if it doesn't have that on there, but sure. Basic 4, I've never had it. Whoa, yeah, I know, whoa. I picked this list because I assumed that all the best cereal flavors would be on here, but I guess not. It's peanut butter tomato soup is cereal. Stop. That's a lot of cereals. It is, but they kind of cheated because a lot of these are like repeat of like different flavors of certain like types of cereal. So it's not like the most genuine list because it's basically like 17 flavors of one kind of cereal. But I can't really judge them for that because it do be like that in America. And that's the whole point of this list. It's an American list. This looks like a blueberry cereal, which means I can't eat it due to it being blueberry. But I also just think fruit flavored cereals like this, if it's not banana, I just think it's kind of gross. So it'll go in disgusting. Banana Nut Crunch. I've never had this brand, but this is probably a cereal. It is the cereal of all time. I think it would be good if I like tried it, probably. Is my onion there? Oh, Hanaki, guess I read the schedule wrong? Probably. I did change it, I think, so that both of the streams today and tomorrow would be at 2 p.m. instead of 4. Anyway, blueberry. I've never eaten it, but it's probably bad. Shredded wheat. I don't think this is frosted shredded wheat, therefore it is disgusting. I can't read the text, so I don't know. Golden Crisp, I've never eaten it. Oreo O's, I've also never eaten it. Around here we have Frosted Flakes, Corn Flakes, Fruit Loops, and a local version of Cocoa Balls. That's about it. I see, I see. The majority of these would be in the not eaten tier. I know, it feels kind of like cheating to make a not eaten tier, but it is what it is. This is true, the gap between non-frosted and frosted shredded wheat is big. Thank you for agreeing with me, because I do think I am based for this take. Not necessarily unique, but I think that I am based, because adding the artificial, like, sugary frosting to any cereal always makes it just a little bit better. Okay. Shredded wheat. This also doesn't look like it has the frosting on it, but I can't tell what the difference is between this and the other one. So I guess they are both disgusting. S'mores cereal? I do like honey-made graham crackers, so I feel like this is probably good-ish. However, soggy marshmallows are kind of the worst, so I'm gonna put it in cereal. I think the graham cracker part and the chocolate puffs that look like they are also in the cereal would be delicious, but I don't like soggy marshmallow texture. The mouthfeel on that is not great. It looks like this is a strawberry almond crunch cereal from Great Grains. Strawberry almond crunch. Perhaps cereal. Cereal period. Cereal marshmallows are usually bad marshmallows. Yeah, because they're like freeze-dried or whatever, right? And then or like dehydrated. And then you put them in the milk and they get rehydrated, but then it makes them soggy and they dissolve in the cereal and it makes the cereal milk kind of bleh. Anyway, blueberry Cheerios, trash. Chocolate peanut butter Cheerios, S tier. S fucking tier. Higher than chocolate Chex. I love chocolate Chex, so that's saying something. I fucking love chocolate peanut butter Cheerios. I was living off of those for like a month or two in college. Chocolate peanut butter Cheerios and Dreams, and that's what I was eating. They're so fucking good. I love the subtlety of the chocolate, the artificial peanut buttery taste, just a little bit of milk to make them yummy. Hell yeah, brother. Love them. They're so good. Never seen it, I'll have to try it. I love them. If you like chocolate peanut butter combinations, it's really good. And if you feel like making it a little bit healthy because you're one of those people who cares about that kind of thing when you're eating cereal for breakfast, adding a little bit of banana makes it so that it's like you're eating a monkey smoothie because it's chocolate, peanut butter, and banana, but God, is it good. I swear on my life. Top tier, very good cereal, super cereal. I love her. Cheerios Oat Crunch. This looks like it's a honey flavored one, but it's like oat. It's got like the oat crunches in it. Probably awesome cereal. Yes, sir. Chocolate Cheerios, I think, is also awesome cereal. You'd think it would go in S because I really like chocolate stuff, but I think straight chocolate Cheerios are just kind of meh. The mix of the chocolate and the peanut butter is where it's at for top tier for me. But chocolate Cheerios are still good, so I would still enjoy them if they were in my cupboard. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Crave is nice if it's chocolate pillows. I don't think I've had a Crave cereal. I've wanted one. I know I've had moments where I would try to get Onimama to get them for me, but I don't think I've ever properly had them, at least not that I can recall. Anyways, Cinnamon Toast Crunch Chocolate Churros. Now, I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, kind of, but I don't think I've ever had the churro kind, and I also don't know how I feel about chocolate churro cereal. I don't know if I'd go so far as to call it disgusting. So maybe it is just a cereal. But I just feel like that's so many combinations that I have not had that I don't know if I would like it. But I guess I will just say a cereal for now. I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I like churros. I don't know if they go well together. The idea of it being churro is fine. It's the chocolate churro that's bothering me. I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch kind of is such a blasphemous statement to me. As in, you would put it higher on a list? Or as in, you think it shouldn't be liked at all? I would like to understand the specifics of your opinion, Miss Charlotte Suzu. I'm just curious. But also, I get it. My best friend's favorite cereal is Cinnamon Toast Crunch, so... I am very close friends with a Cinnamon Toast Crunch lover. As in, it's goated in the greatest cereal of all time. I will understand that. I do like cinnamon cereal a lot of the time. I just didn't really have a lot of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, like, growing up. And so then it made it a bit more of an acquired taste when I finally did start trying it. I get you, though. And again, my bestie's favorite is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So, like, I do kind of like it. It would be somewhere in, like, the awesome cereal, perhaps the basic cereal for me. Probably more so basic cereal. But specifically, I'm talking about, like, the chocolate churro variant. Cinnamon Toast Crunch itself, like, if the basic one is in here somewhere, like this one, I agree that it would probably be, like, somewhere up here. For me, at least. Like, it would definitely be higher, but, like, the chocolate churro is where I get confused. That's where I'm like, are the other things in there, like, also cinnamon? Or is it just the straight chocolate and then it's also, like, churro? But churro is known for being cinnamon sugar. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is one of my top faves along with Golden Grams. We have a lot of Cinnamon Toast Crunch enjoyers in this chat. I discovered Cinnamon Toast Crunch past my 30s and it was an experience I think God is real, actually. I see. Everybody's an apologist around here. I get you, I get you. I think it was just, like, really strong to me when I tried it as I got older. I don't know. But it is good. It's just not something I would immediately, like, want to add to my cart of cereals. I'm more of a chocolate girly when it comes to cereal. Cinnamon is like the next tier below, like the chocolate and peanut butter adjacents. Cinnamon Grams variant if Golden Grams is God tier. I see, I see, I see. I'm learning things. Guess we're all going to fight for Cinnamon Toast Crunch in those packs of mini cereal boxes. Yeah, you guys can fight over those. I will take their Frosted Flakes and I'll be chilling. I'll just be like, okay, you guys have fun with those. There's only 2 of them. Good luck. One goes to Charlotte. You guys have to fight for the other one. Golden Grams, multigrain Cheerios, and a good cornflakes are my go-tos. That's fair. Okay. Chocolate strawberry Cheerios. Well, these were a limited edition flavor, so I feel like it's a bit unfair to have to try and judge these since I did not get to try them in their prime. If Reese's Puffs is on the table, I will body check everyone to get to them. No, Reese's Puffs are really good. I will agree with that. I do love a Reese's Puff. I don't think I actually saw them on the list, unless I'm just blind. They have, like, every variant of Cheerio, but they don't have, like, some of the staples of, like, actual cereal culture, which is crazy to me. Because, like, I'm not seeing Reese's Puffs. They don't have Onimama's favorite cereal, which was... which was Captain Crunch. And I'm just like, damn. For something that claimed to be, like, the American cereal tier list, it does not have all of the options, and that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. Unfortunate. No, Captain Crunch is blasphemy. That's what I'm saying. That's literally the American cereal. In my humble opinion. That's like one of these cereals. This is Captain Erasure. Anyway. Chocolate strawberry Cheerios sound like they would be pretty banger, if I had to guess. But I think... it's floating around here. I don't think it would be top tier for me. I'm going to say... maybe this, but then I feel like it should be higher than... it shouldn't be at the same level of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So maybe Cinnamon Toast Crunch gets bumped up. Yeah, I think so. Captain Crunch should be high tier if it didn't tear up my upper palate. The people were like, it doesn't deserve to be on the list because it just rips the top of your mouth to shreds. But like, also, is that not just the cereal experience? I see they don't have store brand or smaller company knockoff brands, which are surprisingly good. This is true. They really don't. But it is what it is. Like I said, I think this list kind of cheated to get its big number by just having a bunch of variants of the same, like, singular type of cereal. Which is not the worst thing in the world. It's just definitely why it is not the best list. Anyways, Cinnamon Cheerios. I would give it a cereal. It is a cereal. Cocoa Wheats. I don't think I've ever had this. So I guess this has to go into the not eaten cereal list. I don't even recognize the characters on the box. Who is this child? Who is he? What's his story? I don't know what's going on. Also, I don't know how I feel about the fact that the box doesn't really say, like, really anything about the cereal besides the fact it is a wheat cereal. Cocoa Pebbles deserves to go in S tier. It is the best form of the Pebbles. If Fruity Pebbles are on this motherfucking list, it's on site. I'll kill them. Oh, there they are. There's those motherfuckers. This goes in, like, fucking top tier disgusting, nasty, evil creature. Nasty, evil, bad creature. What? Yeah, I'm sorry, Charlotte. But this is a hill I will die on. Fruity Pebbles are nasty, evil, bad creatures. I don't like them. Deleting page 5 of Docky, adding new page. Entire page dedicated to not liking Fruity Pebbles. I get it. It's not the greatest, but it's not that bad. Okay, but like, in terms of cereal, I often will judge a cereal based on whether or not it's good with milk in it a little bit, which I know doesn't really apply to you, Miss Charlotte, because you have a dairy allergy. But as somebody who does not like fruit milk like that, like the artificial flavor when it gets added to the milk of the cereal is just kind of gross. It's just bad. I don't really like it. I liked Fruity Pebbles. Chocolate one isn't bad. I know, that's why the chocolate one is in S tier. And then I had to go to the Fruity Pebbles to immediately put them in disgusting, because I don't like them. I used milk when I was little and it's perfectly fine in milk. That is where we have to disagree. I am sorry. I don't like the artificial flavor in the milk. It's not good. I don't like it. You don't like strawberry milk? I don't mind strawberry milk. It's definitely not a go-to for me. I wouldn't be like, ooh, I'm going to get myself some strawberry milk. That is never a thought that I have. Some of the strawberry cereals, as in like only one so far, are like in the upper tier of cereal. But for the most part, fruit cereals will be in disgusting or never tried because I tend to avoid fruity cereals. But I never liked like a lot of artificial fruit stuff growing up. I either had to eat things that were very plain or were like honey. Like I can't... When I was a kid, I was very picky. So it was mostly like super plain cereals or like maybe something with like a little bit of chocolate or like the honey coating cereals. Or the frosted ones. I did not like the fruit. I could not consume the fruit in, like, any form. I was way too picky with flavors. You know, of all people not liking the fruity things. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? You want to elaborate on that? What's that supposed to mean? What do you mean by this? PL cereal? Brute Loops. I like when cereal has dried fruit. As I've gotten older, I tend to appreciate the dried fruit a little bit more. But not as much. You have 2 bananas right there. True. You're right. Banana's kind of my exception, but that was also a development that changed when I got older. I recommend honeycomb cereal. I probably would like honeycomb, I'm not gonna lie. I've just never had it before, though. You know I love women Hanaki? No way. Bust up puffs? Oh my god. Not like this. Captain Crunch? I know! The fact that there isn't a single Captain Crunch cereal on this list is truly blasphemy, I feel. That was Onimama's favorite brand. Favorite type. Not really a brand, but it was Onimama's favorite type. I guess besides Apple Jacks. She also liked Apple Jacks a lot. But it's truly evil that the captain is nowhere in sight here. Instead, we have these, like... I haven't even gotten to these yet because it's further down the list, but, like... I have not had a single one of these, like, animal brand cereals. I'm looking at these and I'm just like, you have all of these on here and not a single Captain Crunch? Sick and twisted, I feel. No Cocoa Puffs? Is Cocoa Puffs on here? I'm not seeing them. Damn, you're right. They don't even have Cocoa Puffs. What the f... This is a bad list. This is a terrible list. We're gonna have to do another one that actually has the right flavors on it. What the hell? Anyway. Cookie Crisp. I remember I was, like, obsessed with getting Cookie Crisp when I was a kid. And then I finally, like, begged and pleaded on my knees enough for Onimama to get me the Cookie Crisp. And I ended up not liking it, and she was like, I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. Is the 4th one Cocoa Puffs? It's brown. This one, this is chocolate toast crunch. And then we have Cocoa Krispies down here. But no. I'm pretty much just a granola consumer now. I see, you've grown up. Agreed, just eat a real cookie instead. I don't remember if that was her argument. I think she just assumed I wasn't going to like Cookie Crisp, and then she ended up being right. And she wasted the money getting this box of cereal. I don't know if it's disgusting, but I think it's definitely, like, cereal. I am not enthused. It is a cereal that exists, and it doesn't really taste like cookies. Too sweet, edible, but small bowls. Old commercials for it were awesome, though. There are so many, like, good, iconic commercials for cereal, but then you actually go to eat the cereal and it's not that good. That was me with Fruity Pebbles. And that was also me with Trix. The Trix commercials really sold me on thinking that I would like Trix, and I did not like Trix. But it is a cereal. I will give Cookie Crisp that much. Count Chocula. Of the Count Chocula universe of cereals, it's probably the best one, which is probably why it's the most iconic. But it's still only, like, basic cereal. Like, it's good. Would I go out of my way to buy Count Chocula? I don't think so, especially if there were, like, other really good cereals on the shelf. But it's fine. I don't mind it. It's almost like that's the point of advertising. It's almost like that's what marketing's for. Very true. But I feel like, particularly with cereal, they really went out of their way to make cereal seem super appealing to kids, so that all kids wanted to do was beg their parents for different kinds of cereal. I don't really see cereal commercials like that anymore. But it used to be like all the rage when I was a kid. Do the prizes matter in a cereal? I don't think so. I do remember you keep talking about it, so I know what you're talking about. I know when cereal had prizes, but I never really cared. I think I like wouldn't even notice for the most part. Like I'd get to the point where there's a toy at the bottom and I'd be like, oh, okay, anyway, cereal. It very rarely mattered to me. And I also never really entered any of those like sweepstakes that they would have on cereals. Crunchy pecan great grains. I feel like this would just be like a bit too plain for me. I don't know if it's to the point where it's disgusting. Would it be another cereal period? Crunchy pecan or pecan, depending on where you live. Does this list have Applejack? Yes, I think Applejack was near the bottom. Are you an Applejack liker? I liked Applejacks when I was a kid. I haven't had them recently to remember if I still like them. Actually, no, that's a lie. Yes, I have. I think I had Applejacks again for the first time like a year ago. Onimama had really been craving them again, so she made me buy them as part of our grocery list. No, I like their old commercial. Oh, yeah. They did have some pretty good commercials with like the super serious apple and the laid back cinnamon guy. Those were a vibe. I get that. I liked that. I think I'll just put this in cereal. I don't think I would hate it enough to put it in disgusting, because I do quite like the plain nutty cereals too. Chocolate toast crunch? I don't know if I would like that. Chocolate toast? It's just a chocolate cereal at that point, right? Would that be disgusting? I don't think so. Churros would probably be higher because that's still like a cinnamon thing. Is it cinnamon and chocolate? I don't know. That's the thing, I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. Once ate an entire box of cornflakes to get a Cartoon Network race car, only to realize it was a mail-in prize. That's the thing, a lot of those prizes were like mail-in. Or like sweepstakes you had to enter, and that was kind of lame. Truly, what would be the odds of your box of cereal having the prize on it? Not very high. Worst cereal I ever had was green onion Chex. See, I would try that just because I love green onions. That also sounds like Lynn's worst nightmare though, because I think Lynn really doesn't like green onions. I love them though. I'd probably love to try the green onion Chex, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that'd be delicious. I'm going to say churro is probably on the same level as normal Cinnamon Toast Crunch. French toast, I think, is probably one lower, but would probably still be quite good, because I do like French toast. But I think Chocolate Toast Crunch might have to be in cereal, because I just don't know if I would like that. The last cereal I bought that had something was the Super Mario cereal. Oh, I see, I see. Sugar Cookie Toast Crunch. Sounds like it'd be really sweet. Yeah, it's probably in cereal. Cereal. A cereal with a green onion flavor is a weird idea. Well, if it's Chex, Chex doesn't really have like a sweetness to it. It's usually just like a corn cereal, you know? So I think if you add the green onion flavor to like a corn cereal, that's not that bad. Obviously, it'd probably be kind of weird with milk. You probably wouldn't want to have milk on it. But I think like raw, would be fine. Green onion cereal would get taken out behind the shed with me. I would eat it behind the shed. Next question. Next question. Mega Stuff Oreos. I've never had the regular Oreo O's. I feel like Mega Stuff is probably just the same, but maybe bigger. But it's still going to go in not eaten because I haven't had it. Berry Kicks, as we have established, fruit cereals get the boot. Disgusting. I've never had any of these animal ones, so they just all get to go in not eaten. Who even are you people? Who has nostalgia for these creatures? I've never seen them before in my life. Purple onion cereal? Do you mean red onion? An onion that is technically purple, but it is referred to as a red onion? I would eat that. I like onions a lot. It's the Oni in me, perhaps. Raisin Bran Crunch. I don't really like raisins. So by that, it has to go in disgusting. Raisins are just kind of bleh to me. I don't really like them. All Bran is just the constipation cereal. No, I think all Bran would mean that it's trying to help your flow. Is that not the point? Have you tried it though? Raisin Bran? Yes. So it goes in disgusting by nature of having the raisins in it. Okay, Crave? I have never had a Crave cereal, so it has to go here. Honey Smacks also has to go here. Cocoa Krispies. Top tier. I really like the pebbly, like, flaky chocolate cereals. Finally, a cereal I've eaten. I remember about the plain and chocolate Rice Krispies. Cocoa Krispies are good. I don't mind regular Rice Krispies. But, like, the Cocoa Krispies go hard. All Bran, as we were discussing. It's probably a cereal. It's fine. Decent in emergencies, perhaps. Rice Krispies. I'd say basic cereal. Quite yummy. But it's, like, basic for a reason. Frosted Mini Wheats. Higher than the other types of wheat cereal. I would dare say even basic cereal. Frosted Mini Wheats honestly go pretty hard. Oh, wait. Actually, those are a specialty flavor Mini Wheat. Those are Frosted Mini Wheat Cinnamon Roll. Oh. Never mind. If it's Cinnamon Roll, it's going up a tier. Just kidding. Cinnamon Roll actually does sound like it'd be pretty good, though. Arguably might be better than the normal Frosted Mini Wheat. I just remember my roommate eating regular Rice Krispie after adding sugar in it. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. Regular Rice Krispie is just quite plain. Which can be good. But for a lot of those plain cereals, you have to add a little bit of sugar just to feel something. Raisin Bran with banana. Banana can't save you, Raisin Bran. You must go in the disgusting territory. Frosted Flakes with marshmallows? I've never had that. I didn't know that was a thing. But, like, again, we're going back to the argument of, like, wet marshmallows are kind of cringe. But Frosted Flakes themselves are, like, an A-tier cereal. So many of these are just cereal. I will say, because I don't know the quality of the marshmallows in the Frosted Flakes, that it is just cereal. Frosted Mini Wheats Little Bites, probably basic cereal. Like I said, I do like Frosted Mini Wheats. They're kind of yummy. They need like a lot of milk in order to be good though. I feel like the marshmallow would bring it down a tier. Yeah, exactly. But that's why I said, to me, normal Frosted Flakes are A tier, but this takes it down 2 tiers. Go away, Raisin Bran. Chocolate Lucky Charms. Cereal. Frosted Krispies. Now we're speaking my language. Awesome cereal. Classic Frosted Mini Wheats. Basic cereal. Honey Nut Frosted Flakes. I didn't know they made a Honey Nut variant. I don't pay attention to cereal. This is again proof that I'm not really that much of a cereal eater to begin with. Once again, I don't really eat these that often, so this is why this is a funny list. Owie! Hello, Owie. Hello, Raiders. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a good stream. For those of you who might not know me, I am Yuno Hanaki. I am the one and only Oiran of indie V-Singer group Mialoon. Today I am ranking cereals. There's a lot of cereal that I've ranked already. Here's what the list is looking like so far. I'm in the middle of ranking Honey Nut Frosted Flakes and having a crisis because I didn't realize that Frosted Flakes had so many variants. If you disagree with any of my rankings, that is okay. I understand. I do not have the expansive taste palette for cereal. That is fine. You'd have to be a cereal aficionado to know all these brands. Honestly, true. Do you think that there are, like, people in this universe that eat that much cereal? Asking for a friend. The friend is me. Hi, you need the cute girl wrench. Why did I not give that to you already? Get wrenched. There we go. Obviously, Yuno likes chocolate. Yeah, you are finding this out about me. I like chocolate cereals, and specifically, I also like chocolate and peanut butter cereals. We haven't gotten to enough of those combinations yet, but chocolate peanut butter Cheerios are pretty much top tier, and I love them, and they're great. Yum, 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 yum. Wrenched, yeah! It's about time. You deserve it. But yeah, welcome in. I hope you had a good stream. Hope you had fun. I am ranking so much freaking cereal. And I'm having to, like, expand my brain to think if I would like certain cereals if it's in, like, the same family that I have liked before, but a different, like, flavor variant. Doing a lot of brain expansion today. What about hazelnut cereals? I'd probably like a hazelnut cereal, maybe. I mentioned this before when I was ranking the, what was it called? Where is it on this list? The Great Grains? Like this one that's the crunchy pecan. Nutty cereals are probably okay. I just feel like overall they might be a bit too plain. I feel like a cereal is at its best when it has just a little bit of sugar or like that artificial frosted taste. Just like a little bit of sweetness. The problem with cereals like this is that it's more focused on like the nuttiness, which can still be good, but you have to be in a very specific mood because otherwise it's way too plain. So if it's hazelnut, as in it's just like the nuts in a cereal, then that's probably good, but would be in like cereal tier. But if it was hazelnut, as in like the kind of like chocolatey adjacent spread, like a Nutella style, then maybe that would be better. If that makes sense. Definitely a lot of cereal I've never seen. That's how I feel about a lot of these too. Okay. As for Honey Nut Frosted Flakes, I would say basic cereal, because it does sound like it'd be kind of good. Oh, I think this is that all Charms variant of Lucky Charms. Disgusting tier. You can go over here. Marshmallow hate. Chocolate Oneos, is that the Yuno brand cereal? Maybe so. Get out, Raisin Bran. Stop it. It does have cranberries though, and I do like cranberries. But again, I just don't like raisins. Fruit Loops Tropical. Since when do they have a tropical variant of Fruit Loops? That sounds gross, though. No, thank you. There's something so off about the marshmallows in cereal. They're like freeze-dried, you know? Or like... they do something to preserve it so that they last longer in the box of the cereal, but then you put them in the milk and then they get like soggy and weird. Or they dissolve in the milk and then it just becomes like a weird sweet milk, which is not always great. Oftentimes you can judge a good cereal by the quality of its cereal milk. It is not great. Real Raisin Bran sucks. I shake your hand. I'm a raisin hater. So even if I like everything else within a Raisin Bran, the raisins being there, as in like the half of the name, I don't like them. I don't like it. The ick. Nah, gotta be Oni Bets. Need all 26 letters so you can be a writer first thing in the morning, unlike Yuno, always last. This is so messed up. What a sick, sick, twisted world I live in thanks to you guys. Cookies and Cream Krispies? What in the name of... These flavor variants are wilding. I'm gonna say cereal. Actually, no. I need to follow my heart. I don't think that would taste good. That needs to go in disgusting. I'm sorry. I don't think it would be good. Do you like chocolate-covered raisins? I find those are pretty good compared to raisins on its own. I don't think I've ever had a chocolate-covered raisin. I feel like I wouldn't like it, though. Because I'd enjoy the chocolate, and then I'd get to the center and be like, bleh. Did you know that's actually one of the reasons I didn't like M&Ms for the longest time? Except it was kind of in reverse. I didn't like M&Ms because the candy coating always threw me off. I wanted to get to the chocolate, but I always thought the candy coating, like, ruined it. So for the longest time when I ate M&Ms, I would have to, like, bite off the crunchy coating and then, like, not eat it and then eat the chocolate on the inside. What? I was really picky, Charlotte. I'm sorry. I was a very weird child. I didn't like them. I'm better now. Although I still don't really go out of my way to eat M&Ms. Raisins, the original betrayal of chocolate chip cookies. Anytime you bite into a chocolate chip cookie thinking you're going to get chocolate chip and then you taste a raisin, it is truly a betrayal. Weird adult too if you don't like raisins. I'm sorry I'm not grandma tier yet. That was wild enough to cause Charlotte to stop lurking. She's spoken up a couple times before now. She has been lurking. But this is the... She's spoken up a little bit before. I'm sorry that my hot food takes are the thing that is drawing her out of hiding. Specifically, the takes that I had as a kid. It's truly over for me. I like oatmeal raisin cookies, but when I'm not expecting it, it's bad. Nobody likes a surprise raisin. We can confirm this. That's how I feel about the white chocolate and macadamia nut cookies. Mmm. True, true, true. Apple Jacks caramel. I don't... So, like, caramel apples? Well, I don't think it would be disgusting, but I've never had it. Honestly, I think I need to put this in not eaten, because I don't know if I could fully judge. This is after Apple Jacks kind of went through their, like, mini rebrand and started actually showing the cinnamon and apple guy on the box, and I think I stopped eating Apple Jacks properly by then. So I don't really have, like, a full opinion on this. It sounds like it might be good. I do like caramel flavoring, but also I don't know if the cereal would really be able to encapsulate caramel. But that's just me. That's how Griffith's betrayal starts, handing out oatmeal raisin. And the funny thing is, I love plain oatmeal cookies, but the minute you put raisins in those suckers, I don't like them. That's where I'm just like, no. Classic cornflakes. Those are the cereal of all time. Very cereal. Crave, once again, never had these, so it has to go in the not eaten tier. Cornflakes has always been the one for the parents because it was the one my mom ate. Understandable. As I've said, Onimama actually ate sometimes sugarier cereal than me. So, in terms of the ones my mom ate, it would be like Frosted Flakes, because she really liked Frosted Flakes, and Cap'n Crunch, and then also Apple Jacks, the classique. So my understanding of cereal mostly came from that. I think she did also eat like regular Cheerios, but... They don't seem to have the grandparents cereal line of Kashi either. I know, there's a lot of brands of blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of lines of cereal that are just not here. It's so bizarre. Like, this list feels so definitive because it has so many flavors, but then like so many of the core American cereal experience cereals are not here. And that's why it's crazy. Frosted Mini Wheats, this looks like it's blueberry. Sorry, you must go in the trash tier. Honeycomb, still have never had it. Frosted Flakes, awesome cereal. Baby Yuno, probably would have put this in S. But for now it is in A. It is a very good cereal. But I would sooner pick up any of these. Lucky Charms. It looks like they're chocolate Lucky Charms, maybe? Probably cereal, I guess. Raisin Bran, get out of here! Leave me alone! No rabbit? What do you mean no rabbit? We already rated Trix. Trix is in disgusting. Lucky Charms got marshmallows in them. This is true, but like... the base cereal is better. You just have to be really careful with how much milk you put in there. I can tolerate a kind of yucky marshmallow if the cereal base is good. If the marshmallows themselves are like bad and evil, that is why they will go in disgusting. Adult me prefers half corn, half frosted. I'm getting old. Sugar is too sugary. Could eat it on its own. That's not what the point of the list is. We're talking about true American cereal experiences. So you have to judge it not just by itself, but also what it's like in a milk. If this is, oh, you could just eat it dry, then the entire list changes. Because some cereals suck dry. Some of these cereals are not going to taste good raw. They have to have milk. Like, all the frickin' mini wheats, those would all have to go into disgusting. Because you can't eat a frickin' mini wheat without milk. It's literally on the box that you should not be eating them without milk. So we'd have an entirely different list here. Anyways. I've eaten mini wheats without milk. You're an exception, Charlotte. You're allowed to do this. You're allowed to do whatever you wish. Everyone else, though. Next tier list, stream cereal without milk. Next tier list, stream raw cereal. Thoughts? That's propaganda from Big Milk. It's propaganda from the cereal box. Although I do think it's more so for like the unfrosted shredded wheat rather than like the frosted shredded wheat. I think mini wheats it's a little bit more tolerable. But I do remember reading that it was specifically said on like the box of like the big wheat cereal that you should have it with milk so that it's softer. It can be hard to digest in the stomach otherwise, allegedly. What about people who eat it with coffee or water? Those people are heathens and deserve to have their own tier list away from me. You can have your own tier list where you make your own weird choices with your cereal away from me. Have we had a milk before cereal argument yet? I don't know if we've had the specific argument, but that's just because I have the only correct take, which is cereal first. And then also only, like, a very minuscule amount of milk. Just enough to make your cereal a little wet. A little damp. You don't want to drown your cereal. I don't go crazy with my milk in cereal. I'm very, I'm like very subtle with my pour. And I'm a milk lover. Like, I love to drink milk. I love to consume milk just by itself. But I don't put too much milk in my cereal because I feel like it ruins the overall cereal experience. So, I have the only correct take in the universe, actually. See, that's why I put milk first, so I know exactly how much milk I put. But then you're still drowning the cereal. Even if you put more cereal than milk in there, you're still, like, putting it directly in. But if you're just drizzling the milk on top, you're getting the top part of it damp, and then also the bottom part damp. Cereal first, and I pour milk until the cereal starts to float. That still feels like too much milk to me, but you are correct that cereal goes first. I put in milk first, but then I'll put a bit of cereal, eat it, then put a bit more, eat it, and so on until I'm finished with the milk. That sounds like a waste of time. Just have the one bowl. I mean, I love this for you. If you're able to eat that much cereal, then that's fine. But that just sounds like a waste of time to me. And also just like a general issue with portioning. Simply freeball it. My cereal bowls look like the end of Titanic. Oh, so you flood it. You flood that shit with milk. That makes sense. The craziest I've heard is milk first, microwave milk so it's steaming, add cereal. Okay. That is not terribly crazy. Some people do like hot cereal. Do I? No. But I don't think that that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. But it also depends on the cereal. If you're doing that for something like a fruit cereal, then you're definitely insane. But there's like certain other kinds of cereals where I can understand wanting to eat them a little warm. I get it. When I get lazy to get a bowl, I just pop the cereal in my mouth and chug milk after. Hey, it works. In the end, it all looks the same going down. As Oni Mama used to say. I get it. Craziest I've heard is bowl first. Imagine it not all going in your mouth directly. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. It was with Fruit Loops. Oh, okay. Jail for that person. That person can go directly to prison. They cannot collect $200. Send them past go to prison. Goodbye. Directly to jail. Warm Fruit Loops? Huh? What do you think this is? What the hell? Anyways, I'm ignoring all that now. I'm tuning that part out. I'm gonna pretend I never had to be exposed into this business. Milk into box. You're so right. They should make it so that all of these cereal boxes are capable of holding milk without getting soggy. And then you just pour the milk into the box and then you give it a good shake and then there's your cereal. It would make life so much easier. But if you just blend it into a slush and drink it, technically it would become more like a smoothie due to overall texture. Unless you're using frozen milk. In which case, weird. But technically that would make it into a smoothie. In which case, I mean, I do something kind of similar because I do actually like oats and stuff in my smoothies. So I kind of know what the experience is and it's not that bad, honestly. Me adding my Canadian bag milk to my Canadian bag cereal. Yeah, just combine your bags. It's more economically friendly or something. You already canned the cereal is in a bag. Yeah, but then you have to commit to finishing the entire box in one go, because I don't think that bag would keep very well in the fridge, and your cereal would be very gross after a few hours, even if you were keeping it in the fridge. Meh. This is like a green cereal. I don't know what this would taste like. I'll put it here because I don't know. Goodbye, Raisin Bran. So in military rations, they have dried milk and cereal that you have to reconstitute with water. Thoughts? I mean, yeah. I can't really make any judgments about what people have to do in the military with rations because you have to do what you gotta do in order to survive. Like, all opinions about things being gross go out the window when it comes to being a soldier because I do not envy that life in the fucking slightest. Like, at that point, whatever, man. Do what you gotta do in order to get nutrients. Live how you gotta live. Chocolate Frosted Flakes sound like they would kind of be good, but I don't actually know, so they are going to go in basic. Normal Lucky Charms. Definitely a cereal of all time. Cracklin' Oat Bran? I've never had it. I guess the point is supposed to be that it crackles when you pour the milk over. But that feels like a kind of lame appeal. Frosted Mini Wheats Pumpkin Spice? How do I feel about pumpkin spice flavor, friends? Green cereal must be Yuno's. Stop! You also can't say that because it's the freaking Lucky Charm guy. It's the short little leprechaun. Yas girl, is that a yes you like it or derogatory white girl mockery? I need to... Where's your tone indicator? I'm a PSL enjoyer? Okay, okay, okay. I'm not white enough to have an opinion on pumpkin spice. That's fair. We lost the captain to pumpkin spice. We sure did. There's multiple pumpkin spice flavors in here. Pumpkin spice is bland and overrated. I don't know about bland. I do kind of agree with overrated, but I do actually like pumpkin spice, so I don't know what that says about me. I was just curious if we had an overall opinion. I think Frosted Mini Wheats Pumpkin Spice would be cereal, though. Cereal. I hate on that fact alone. You should not hate things because they are overrated. You should hate them because they are overrated and you've also tried them and don't like them. I think if you hate something purely based on it being overrated, you just need to expand your taste a little more. Because, like, at least when I say that I don't like something here, like all these fruit cereals, it's because I've tried them and I thought they were yucky. I think you just occasionally owe it to an overrated flavor to just see what all the hype is about. Minus it being overrated, pumpkin spice is only just okay. The thing is about pumpkin spice, I feel like they hype it up so much, but it's not really pumpkin. At that point, you're really just tasting nutmeg. But people wouldn't like it if it was advertised as nutmeg. So they have to say, oh, it's pumpkin spice. So it's like nutmeg and cinnamon and all of the things we use to spice up pumpkin as a flavor. I wish it wasn't necessarily marketed as pumpkin spice. Call it what it is. It's nutmeg. It's cinnamon and nutmeg. But people don't want to eat something called nutmeg. I've just arrived. Surprisingly, I've only seen one particular hot take thus far. You would be surprised how many people have fought me over some of my decisions. But welcome in, welcome in. We should make a new overrated flavor with a catchy name. So true. Pumpkin spice started as just the filling for pumpkin pie that goes with the actual pumpkin. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like all the spices that are like used to flavor the pumpkin. Geese nutmeg. We should just change it to snickerdoodle flavor. Much more fun to say. Does snickerdoodle have nutmeg? I always thought snickerdoodle was primarily like cinnamon and sugar. I always understood it as the spices used in a pumpkin pie. Yeah. We don't do pumpkin pie here, so pumpkin spice is pure Americana. No idea what it's supposed to taste like. It's just... I don't know if it really is supposed to taste like anything. It's just that it's like... Again, primarily cinnamon and nutmeg. Sometimes you get like a little bit of that pumpkin-y aftertaste, but I feel like it's mostly just the spices that are used to flavor it. I don't like pumpkin pie in general, so I can't stand pumpkin spice. That's valid. I used to also not really like pumpkin pie. I like it a bit more now, but I wouldn't say I go out of my way to eat it. But I'm open to pumpkin spice flavored baked goods. I don't know how I feel about it being in a cereal, though. But since I like cinnamon cereals, I feel like I'd probably like pumpkin spice ones. I have to admit that I've been out of the cereal game for a while now, so a lot of these cereals I see I've never even heard of. No, same. I also have not really heard of a lot of these. That's why I have so many in my not eaten tier. I like pumpkin seeds, but not really pumpkin stuff. Oh, I see. That is fair. All Bran, once again, a cereal of all time. Frosted Mini Wheat Strawberry. Probably a cereal of all time. By nature of it being a Frosted Mini Wheat, it deserves to be high. But I don't know if I'd like the strawberry. Apparently Wendy's has a cereal. Yeah, there are plenty of fast food brands that have recently started releasing cereals. You can see at least one of them here, because we've got the Dunkin' cereals. Also Oreos, technically, but I've never had those. I've never had the Dunkin' ones either, but... For some reason, there have been, like, a lot of, like, different candy and fast food and, like, other place brands trying to release cereal, because I guess they're trying to reinvigorate the cereal market. It's not working. Mixed cereal? Can you imagine? Okay, but what would the mixed cereal taste like? What would it be based on? Would it be cereal that tastes like a burger? Cereal that tastes like a French fry? Because that will change my opinion. Frankenberry, never had it. Oh my god, I thought that said microwave Fruity Pebbles, and I was about to be like, I've never put something in D tier fast enough, but it's marshmallow Fruity Pebbles, but that's still fucking disgusting. How dare you? Nasty. Nasty. The McMuffin? Ew. McDonald's pancakes? Okay, actually, as someone who really likes McDonald's pancakes, that might go hard as a cereal. But, like, actually, that might be good. Yuno has the hot take of disliking Trix, and I agree with that. Fruity Pebbles, on the other hand. See, Trix is bad because it tries to be Fruity Pebbles, but is worse. And it is just fruit air. Sorry, I don't want to put this in disgusting. It's just, like, bad artificial fruit-flavored air. Fruity Pebbles is too strong on the artificial fruit. It's, like, bad on the opposite end. But Trix wanted to be Fruity Pebbles and just did it worse. Fruity Pebbles is too extreme for my palate as somebody who does not really like fruit-flavored things. But no, everybody else agreed that that was a really bad hot take on my part. Imagine deep-fried Fruity Pebbles. Ugh. Yeah, that just sounds like it would not have any inherent value to it. Yuck. Now on the Honey Bunches of Oats category. Yippee, 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 yippee. These are all probably really good. Like Honey Roasted. High up there. Awesome cereal. Almonds. Basic cereal. Vanilla Bunches. Oh, that's probably fucking delicious. Awesome cereal. Strawberries. It depends on the kind of strawberry. I will give it cereal, just because I don't know. I think that says pecan and some kind of sugar. I can't read it, so I don't know. I'm putting it here. Apple caramel crunch? Oh, sorry, they actually write it as caramel. They spelled it wrong on the box. Literally unpurchasable cereal. They didn't even spell caramel right. That's crazy. Apple caramel would probably be basic cereal, though. I've seen my nephew eat Trix with added sugar, and all I did was look at his parents and say, really? But, like, Trix doesn't have flavor. I can't blame him for wanting to add something to it. It doesn't taste like anything. My roommate made Fruity Pebble treats like Rice Krispie treats. Could only eat so much before it became too much. It sounds awful. It sounds bad. Humble opinion. Humble and also correct opinion. But I hope you enjoyed it still. Like, I will not knock your enjoyment, but also, ew, yuck, gross. Jail. Okay. We're almost through this list. Crazy. Life Cinnamon. Have I ever had a Life brand cereal? I feel like I haven't. So I might have to put all of the Life ones in never tried. Life is goated. I've never had them. I think I have to put them in never eaten. I'll take your word for it, though. Looking at these flavors, it seems like it's not that bad. I think if I did eat them, they'd probably be in, like, at least basic, because I do feel like I'd vibe with a lot of these flavors. Are those for, like, the cross-country team after a run when they need 4,000 calories? Maybe. I remember Life cereal being advertised, but I don't think I ever ate it. Oh, that means this also has to go here. Regular Life has just enough sugar that it's great even by itself. Ooh, that already puts it pretty high up for sure. Like I said, I will take your word for it. I can't really have a proper opinion because I've never eaten it before. Honey Nut Cheerios, goated with the sauce. It belongs up here. Lower cholesterol Honey Nut Cheerios. I really don't think it makes much of a difference, but awesome cereal. Fiber One, cereal of all time. Cinnamon Honey Maid, probably delicious. I put S'mores Honey Maid at cereal, so I think Cinnamon Honey Maid should probably be basic cereal. I really like Honey Maid graham crackers, so I think the Honey Maid cereal would be delicious. I'm a graham cracker liker. I don't remember if I've ever said this before. Fruit Loops with marshmallows? Gross. I used to like Fruit Loops. Who was the person that said that they liked Fruit Loops before they changed the flavor? Because I agree. Fruit Loops used to be good, but then they changed the flavor and it was fucking gross. It was nasty. I was just like, why? Yuno's a graham cracker licker. It's true. When I was a kid, I used to lick the cinnamon sugar off of the cinnamon sugar graham crackers. You're learning a lot of my weird child habits that I don't do anymore. But they just happen to be relevant to the conversation. I did feel like they weren't as sweet. Yeah, it tasted so gross now. I think they tried a bit harder to pivot into tasting more like real fruit, which I think was the downside. You needed it to taste a little sugary in order to actually be good. Mini Wheats Little Bites goes up next to the normal Mini Wheats. Pops? I think I've eaten Pops before, but it was a very not memorable flavor. Pops is cardboard. You are entitled to your opinion. I don't actually remember what it tasted like, so I feel like it would not be fair for me to judge it. Changing name to Graham. I'm not reading that second half, but that's very funny. I used to like Pops, but I also feel like they taste like cardboard now. I think that's like a problem with a lot of cereal. I think they took out a lot of the stuff that made cereal good. Say it. No! I won't! Regular Kix, I think, deserves to be in cereal. Now, about these Dunkin' flavors, why? About this Dunkin' cereal, why? But sugar not good for you. We must make cereal healthy. Blech. They removed the dextrose flavonoids. Yeah, but we need those. The people crave the dextrose. It's me. I'm people. That Graham has a nice ring. I cannot believe this. Depends, is donuts or coffee? It looks like both of these are flavored based off the coffee, because this is Dunkin' Caramel Macchiato, and then the other one is Dunkin' Mocha Latte. How do I feel about this? Because I think that's gross. I like Dunkin' coffee in, like, very small doses. Dunkin' is one of the few places where I can't, like, drink a big size beverage. I don't like them. I don't like them enough to get, like, a bigger size. Meh. They're saying add coffee to this cereal over milk. I don't know what they're trying to say. That's why I'm so baffled by it. I think if it was a donut cereal, it might be a little bit more passable. And I know donut cereal has existed before. But for some reason, the Dunkin' brand cereal focuses on their coffee flavors, and I don't know why they're trying so hard to be more of a coffee place. They took the donuts out of their name because they wanted to be more known as a coffee place. And I'm just like, why? Coffee-flavored cereal does not sound appetizing. I mean, the problem with Dunkin' coffee is that it is very, very sweet, but it's that, like, artificial coffee sweet that's not good. Say what you will about other, like, fast food coffee places, like your fast casual Starbucks or whatever, but at least they kind of taste like coffee, even if it's like a burnt roast. The problem with Dunkin's coffee is I don't really taste coffee whenever I drink it. It just always tastes way too sweet. But then if you don't add enough cream and sugar, it tastes too... It's like it's bad. It's actually genius you put milk in both cereal and coffee. I guess so, but I don't understand the idea of putting your coffee flavoring into like a puff cereal. I mean, I can't properly rate it because I've never tried it. Maybe we will have to have a stream where I specifically try this cereal. What if I did a stream where I tried a bunch of different cereal that was like made by fast food brands? So like the Dunkin' cereals, and then if I can find it, the Wendy's cereal and all that stuff. What if we went a little crazy someday? Maybe not anytime soon, but the thought just came into my head. Because I know I've done some other like fast food or like fast food slash trendy food before. I'm sorry, Wendy's cereal? Yeah, someone told me that Wendy's had a cereal. I don't know how true it is. But someone mentioned it earlier. Hold on, let me see if I can actually find it and see what it's like about, if it's actually a thing. Wendy's cereal. The first thing that came up is discontinued, so I don't think it exists anymore. Kellogg's Wendy's Frosty Chocolatey Cereal. Oh, okay, so they made the Frosty into a cereal. Honestly, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But it would probably taste kind of plain, because Frosties already have a problem of tasting really, like, milky, and they don't really have, like, a solid flavor to them, in my opinion. Let's go crazy right now. I'm not spending a bunch of money on cereal right this second. You can't make me. Delectable Kellogg's cereal, inspired by Wendy's signature Frosty. Crispy, chocolatey, multigrain cereal, and bits of marshmallows in every bite. Marshmallows? Why marshmallows? Healthy breakfast cereal. Good source of 7 vitamins and minerals, 4 grams of fiber, and 13 grams whole grains per serving. Enjoy at home with milk, semicolon. Pack in snack containers for school or the office. Me going to the office with my Wendy's frosty chocolatey cereal. One of the flavors is chocolate. I mean, the only flavor that shows up is chocolate. Huh. That reminds me, I've seen Cinnamon Toast Crunch bacon in store. As in, like, ready bacon? Like an instant bacon that was Cinnamon Toast Crunch themed? What? Yo, cereal's crazy. Healthy breakfast equals marshmallows? Uh-huh. Healthy breakfast is a chocolatey cereal with marshmallows in it. I don't understand the marshmallows being part of this, because Frosties don't have marshmallows in them. Nutmeg being a spice always confused me because my 4-year-old brain wants to think of it as a nut. It has word nut in it. It's nut. Not spice. It's okay, I get you. I've been there. I understand the vibe. Part of a balanced breakfast. Yum yum. Okay. We're almost done with this list. Soon I will be free. Maple Cheerios. Honestly, I like maple flavored stuff quite a bit. This would probably be in A for awesome cereal. Multigrain Cheerios. Basic cereal. I don't mind a multigrain every now and again. Multigrain Cheerios with strawberries. Maybe also basic, but like next to the regular multigrain. Turtle Splash, I don't know who you are. Cheerio Oat Crunch Cinnamon. Oh my god, I loved this. When I tried it once, I loved this kind of cereal. I loved it. You can stay in super cereal. So basically, I'm a Cheerios enjoyer. 4 of my 7 top cereals are Cheerios. I think I'm a Cheerios stan. I don't know if we could decide anything else from this assessment, but I really like Cheerios. Okay. Honey O's. Never had them. Peach Cheerios. I don't know if I'd like that. I don't know if I'd put it in disgusting because I do really like Cheerios. Actually, no. I'm gonna follow my heart. Live my truth. The idea of something peach flavored being mixed into milk sounds gross. I'm sorry, Cheerios. Not even you can save that. Cheerios stand shattered. I know, I just had this whole thing about how I like Cheerios, but then I thought about peach Cheerios and I was like, you know what? No, actually. And that's the sad thing. I love peaches. They're my favorite fruit. And I like Cheerios. But I just don't think the two would be good together. This is Honey Bunches of Oats whole grain, but I can't read the text for, like, what the flavor is. It looks like it's based on, like this might be a nut, and this might be, like, a maple, or, like, some sort of, like, a syrup. Wouldn't that be a not eaten tier? I explained this at the beginning. Not eaten is specifically for if I either have never had the brand before in its entirety, or if I have had the brand, but I can't imagine what it would taste like. So in cases of like Cheerios, where I know what Cheerios taste like enough to kind of wager a guess of how the cereal would taste, that's why I can put peach in disgusting. I may have never had it, but I can kind of guess based on my context clues of other flavors I've eaten of the cereal. Or just my general understanding of what I like. But peaches and cream is such a classic combo. It is, but it's not a peaches and cream cereal, is it? It just says peach Cheerios. It does not say anything about cream being involved. Not that I think that that would really change my opinion, though. I guess this can go here. I'll put these in, like, cereal because I do like Honey Bunches of Oats, but since I can't read the text, I can't guess what it says down there. Apple Jacks. This deserves to be higher just because it was one of Onimama's favorites. I'm between awesome and basic. I think I'm leaning basic. But I do like it. But it goes there. Fruit Loops. If this were in the past, Fruit Loops would probably be higher, but for now, the new version of it's been put in, is gonna be put into disgusting. I am sorry, Fruit Loops. You used to be the GOAT, but now you are washed. Crave, never had it. Mashup Frosted Flakes and Fruit Loops? Yuck. I didn't even know that that was a thing. What? That sounds gross. Yeah, that sounds cursed. What? I did not know that was a thing that existed. Huh? Ew. No. Jail. Jail for whatever marketing person thought that they should combine those two cereals. No. Hate that. Anyway. Pumpkin Spice Cheerios. Probably a cereal. I think it'd be good. Straight to jail. I'll allow it for now. I haven't tried Modern Fruit Loops. They're not good. Modern Fruit Loops are washed. They are very big L ratio moment. Great Grains. It looks like it's dark. Something with dates and pecans. I've never had dates, so I don't know how I would feel about this. I'll put it in not eaten. Aisha! Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. For those of you who might not know me, I am Yuno Hanaki. I am the one and only Oiran from the indie V-singer group Mialoon. I am a content creator. I make things. I don't really know how to classify myself right now because I'm going through a bit of an identity crisis. So that's kind of the gist of where I'm at right now. But I hope you guys had a good stream. Welcome in. We are ranking cereal. I'm almost done with this tier list though. And we're about to get a whole string of never had because we are entering the Special K territory and I have never had Special K in my life. Obi rated Honey Cheerios and Pillows high. I do not have Pillows very high because if you're talking about Crave Pillows, they're like in the never had. But Honey Nut Cheerios are up here. I'm a Cheerios stan, so a lot of my top flavors are Cheerios. Welcome, welcome. Honey Cheerios are the GOAT. But I have never had a single Special K, so all of these Special K flavors have to go in not eaten. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry to the people who have had Special K and or like Special K. Never had it. Onimama always used to be like, that just sounds like a stupid diet cereal. Why would I buy it? And I was like, okay. And I minded my business. And I simply minded my business. I always avoided Special K because they're on the pricier side. I guess that makes sense. Strawberry Special K is so good. I will take your word for it. Maybe someday I will try a Special K. I may have missed the start of the stream because I had the tab open, but it didn't autoplay. Oh no! I wonder why it does that. I don't really understand why that happens for people sometimes. So this is Fiber One with strawberry. Would this be just cereal? Yeah, I guess if the other fiber ones are just cereal. The texture on Special K used to be amazing, but they changed the recipe around the panini times. Man, panini ruins so many things. Happens all the time for me now, might be an ad block thing. Might be. Special K just sounds like it's Kmart brand cereal. No, it's Special K for Special Kellogg. Toasted coconut Cheerios? Never had them. But I'm not really a coconut liker, so I feel like this would probably be in a disgusting for me. Very berry Cheerios, can't have them. But would probably still be disgusting anyway, because I still don't really like fruity flavored cereal, even for a Cheerio. I'm sorry, Cheerios. And then the classic. My grandma used to eat Cheerios with sugar dusted on the top. Not the frosted Cheerios, mind you. I ate those. My grandma would eat plain Cheerios, but then she would add sugar to the bowl. She would add sugar on top of the cereal and then pour the milk. And then top it with banana sometimes if she wanted fruit. But okay, that's our list. With this list anyway. If I were to adjust or like add cereals, we would probably have Cap'n Crunch somewhere in the awesome cereal tier. Reese's Puffs would probably also be in the awesome cereal tier, because I do like them. What else did we say? In terms of, like, goats that are missing? I don't recall. But those are the ones that I for sure feel like need to be added. At least for my taste. We would have 2 more in the awesome cereal tier. Finally, someone else who doesn't like coconut, I just don't get it. Yeah, I don't know. The only time I've liked coconut was when I had coconut milk in a beverage. But I don't go out of my way to get that very often. Other than that, I avoid most coconut things. The crimes committed by this list are minimal, if any. Thank you. I know I have had some spicy takes, but good to know that they are in fact minimal. I don't like coconut either, only in non-emo bars. That's fair. We all have our specific instances of maybe tolerating a food. For me, it's coconut milk. I can tolerate that. Anything else with coconut, though, is a no-go for me. But okay! I've seen more spicy takes. I mean, that I can agree with. There have probably been wilder takes in the universe than mine. I have very basic tastes overall. Like, once you understand that I just hate fruity cereal, and then you see the entirety of my bottom tier is just cereals with fruit in them, you're just like, that makes sense. That's the point where you're just like, alright, yeah, that tracks for her. But okay, with that done, I'm going to call this stream finished. Because I don't have the energy to dig around for other tier lists. I don't have the motivation to dig for other things to rank at this current time, but we might do another stream in the future where I do multiple tier lists again in one stream. I will be playing Footy later tonight at the usual evening stream time. Hopefully we're going to be beating up the Night Father and then whatever boss comes after him. I think we have a couple more installments of Footy if we're still going at the 2 bosses per stream pace. So we will see what happens there. But probably at least a couple more episodes worth. And then tomorrow is Okami and members. Members will be gaming again. So keep that in mind. Prepare some games. Prepare for some gaming. Although honestly, it'll probably be more Jackbox games and maybe something else, but I don't know yet.
Thank you.
Also, Ryder, thank you for the $50 tip. Congrats on being cereal with cereal. Yes, super cereal.
An offering. Thank you so much.
And Daniel Smith, thank you for the $8.88 tip. Seriously, Hobo Crispix make it. It's delicious. Right. After you said it, I was like, you're so real and correct. Crispix, I'm surprised was not on here either, but I was a big Crispix liker as a kid. So I guess if I was to adjust the list further, I probably would have done something with Crispix on here. Crispix would have been maybe even S tier. Oh yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for the tips. Okay. That is the plan for the rest of the week. Thank you guys so much for choosing to spend time with me. I hope that you have a good rest of your time zone, and until I see you again, Yunotsu! Oh my god, I'm lagging. I don't know why my model is acting like this. Was it doing this all stream? Uh-oh. Hope I can fix that by the time it's Footy time. Anyway, Yunotsu. Bye-bye.